ISIS is reportedly making $80 million per month, partly off oil sales, helping to make it one of the best-funded terror organizations in history. According to IHS Incorporated, 43% of its revenue comes from oil, 50% from trumped-up taxes and confiscation, 7% from drug smuggling, electronics sales, and donations. RT's Guyana Chichikan reports on why drastic action was not taken sooner to break up that 43%, the oil trade.
The State Department says the U.S. targeting of ISIL's oil revenue has not changed, even though by many accounts the U.S. really began to attack ISIL's oil supply chain only recently. The first time the U.S. hit the trucks carrying ISIL's oil in Syria was on November 16th. U.S. officials are still grilled over what took them so long.
I remember distinctly, over a year ago, when I was, instead of a suit, I was in a uniform speaking from a different podium, talking about, in fact, showing video and images of oil heads, collection points that coalition forces, air forces, were hitting. So this is not something we just started to focus on.
My question is why you didn't hit the trucks, the convoys, earlier.
We have not, it's not like we've never been focused on their oil revenue. It's something that we have constantly focused on.
The State Department claims the U.S. has targeted ISIL's oil business for a while. The question is how effectively. A lot of the smuggled oil is said to be going through Turkey, which is something that to this day the U.S. is reluctant to even talk about.
These are not small-scale operations that are being carried out. This is not like, smugglers with donkeys going over mountain passes or something like that. This is a huge operation that's going on. The United States is very protective about its relationship with Turkey, but at the same time, in recent weeks, it's become more and more apparent that this is going on, and the United States claims that it's fighting ISIS.
Last week, the chairman of Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Dunford, said over 40% of ISIL's oil revenue had been affected by U.S.-led strikes over the past month. If the case, this indicates that the U.S. really became active in hitting ISIL's oil revenue only recently, something that the State Department does not acknowledge. One reason for such an intensified effort could be that after ISIL's attacks in Lebanon, after the Paris attacks, U.S. policymakers saw ISIL could not be simply geographically contained.